Dance class. See you later, Mango. Wherever you're heading. So Christmassy out today, and I fucking love it. It's snowy, it's all gray outside. Mango is cuddled up underneath the tree right now. My Santa tree topper is in a constant state of trying to escape. Everything just feels perfect right now. I feel such a push and pull between indulging in my solitude and surrounding myself with community right now. I feel very out of balance with both, which sucks. I've been feeling a little lonely recently. I feel like I have had an insane schedule recently, and I've been seeing my friends mostly in group settings, which is great because I get to see so many of them, but group settings don't usually leave me feeling very connected. It's nice to see everyone and catch up, but I'm really a one-on-one hangout type of girl. What's going on here? And when I don't have enough one-on-one time with people, when I don't have enough time to pour into my friendships and nourish them, I start feeling a little lonely. It's not that I don't have people, it's that, you know, time gets away from you sometimes, and all of a sudden you're, I don't know, behind in keeping up with all of your favorite people, which is hard because I also simultaneously feel like I haven't had a lot of great alone time recently. So this is hard because I feel like I'm being burnt at both ends of the candle, and I'm feeling a little energetically depleted in all corners of life. I feel like I'm not really living up to what I would hope for myself in any corner. I just feel exhausted, really. So I feel very pulled in different directions right now, wanting to pour into my own cup and spend time alone because I just feel totally depleted, but also really craving intimacy and connection with other people and wanting to pour time and love and effort into my community because I love them all and want all of them to feel loved and celebrated and appreciated, because that's how I feel about all of them. But it's, yeah, it's hard when you sort of just don't, you feel very at zero. I have nothing to give anybody, including myself right now, and that sucks. So anyways, that's why I went to dance class this morning, because I was like, I need a little something for me. It was a good way to start my morning. I'm trying to just be more intentional with how I spend my time, because when I feel burnt at both ends, I want to make sure that I'm not letting myself get like frozen and get like decision paralysis on what I need to be doing each day to make myself feel better and get me closer to feeling, you know, a little bit more energized. So we're getting there. We're moving. We're figuring it out. I'm the worst about forgetting to take my vitamins, so let me remember to do it while I'm thinking about it. Which is very fitting because today's video is sponsored by Care Of. If you've never heard of them, Care Of is a subscription service that delivers high-end vitamins and supplements straight to your door every single month. They come in these very cute and very convenient daily packs, so you have all of your daily vitamins in this one little sleeve. I've been taking Care Of vitamins for years now. It's probably 4 or 5 years, so it's been a while. And as someone who's constantly forgetting to take my vitamins, having them all in one convenient place just makes it much more likely that I'm gonna remember. All you have to do is take this super short online quiz about your lifestyle and health goals, and Care of will give you doctor-backed recommendations on what supplements or vitamins could be best for you and your routine. I personally take a probiotic, a cranberry pill, vitamin C, magnesium, vitamin D, and a vitamin B12. Also worth noting that these packs are made of a plant-based compostable film to help limit the impacts on the environment. So whether you're already taking vitamins and want to find a more easier, streamlined way to get all of those pills in one place, or you're brand new to adding some vitamins to your routine and you want to find out which ones could be the best for you and your current health goals, you can go to takecareof.com and use code MaddieDrag50 for 50% off your first month of Care Of. Again, you can go to takecareof.com and use code MaddieDrag50 for 50% off your first order. Let's do a oracle card pull. Let's see what messages the universe has in store for us. This is my favorite thing. I so enjoy doing these little daily card pulls to see what messages are out there, and it's been great, like a journaling starting point for me to do a card pull and then journal on the cards and what they bring up for me, and it's just been amazing. And this deck is beautiful. It's the Realist Oracle deck by Kendra Austin, who I absolutely love and adore, one of my favorite creators. So first card we got here is the Finish Line card. How did I know this was gonna come up? Let's pull two more and then we'll chat through this. Then we've got Divine Timing, and then the Daydreaming card. Finish line, cycles ending, completion. You have crossed the finish line and made a significant accomplishment toward your future. This card means you have successfully fulfilled a role or responsibility, and you are taking a beat to reflect on what you've learned on the journey. Give yourself a pat on the back. Welcome to the next stage of your love, career, or spiritual path. And you know, I've been saying this a lot recently, how I feel like I'm very in the middle of phases of life right now. I feel like I'm definitely rounding out a season of life and entering a new one, and I've been in this sort of in-between phase, which can be a little uncomfortable sometimes. So this is super resonating for me. Also, I just feel like, yeah, of course I'm fucking tired. We just did the damn thing. We got to the end. We're at the finish line, mama. Of course you're exhausted. And then we've got the Divine Timing card, Patience. This means you need to make peace with divine timing. A watched pot doesn't boil. Sometimes we're waiting on someone else to be ready for the job to become available, or to become the kind of person who can carry the responsibility. Continue living while your manifestations work on their own, which feels like a very fitting card to come after the Finish Line card, especially knowing that I'm feeling like I'm in the middle of everything right now. Of course, I want to get to a space where I am like in the next era of my life and I feel confident in whatever that era is or whatever I need to be focusing on and working towards. Right now, I feel very in the middle of everything. I don't really know what's going on or what's coming next. I'm just fucking chilling here. And that's a little uncomfortable for someone like me who's very type A and wants to be in control of everything all the time, always. So this is a nice reminder that I do just need to sit back and let the universe take me where I need to go. Let the answers and the path forward become clearer as time goes on, but it's not something I need to rush into, and the way I'm feeling right now isn't something I need to rush away from. I just need to sit in it, and that's literally it. All I'm being asked of right now is to sit in this goddamn feeling, and that's a little hard, okay? But I will do it. And then the last card here is the Daydreaming card, which is such a wonderful round out to this pull. Vision board, dream journal. Once your most ambitious dreams come to fruition, it's time to set out in pursuit of new ones. I was talking to Robbie about this last night. This is so weird, but it's not weird at all. Of course it is. Of course. Everything makes sense. Consulting your dreams is a fierce reminder of why the daily routine is worth it. Being too grounded in the less glamorous keeps us stagnant, apathetic, and even depressed. This card calls on you to use dreams to plan for the future. Get excited, babe. Start daydreaming. Lean into your creative self. Enjoy your goddamn life. Good things are coming. A new era is on the horizon. We've got so much to be excited about. So get a little dreamy. What could this next era look like? What do you want more of in your life? What do you want to feel more? How do you want to love more? What kinds of abundance are you hoping to bring in this next season? So I've been watching a lot of movies lately because I recently got the Alamo Drafthouse season pass, which means for $30 a month, I can see as many movies as I want. So best believe I have been taking advantage of that. In the last month, I went to the movie theaters 8 times. I went 9 times because I saw Saltburn twice because I loved it so much. And then I saw Priscilla, The Holdovers, Dream Scenario, Thanksgiving, Eileen, American Fiction, and Raging Grace. And tonight, I'm going to see Poor Things with Emma Stone, which I am so excited about. This is like one of the first screenings of the movie. I think it comes out everywhere in like a week. I've just been seeing the preview for this movie in front of every movie that I've seen in the last month and a half, and based on the reviews that exist for this movie on Letterboxd already, it seems like it is a smash hit banger. Of all the movies I saw last month, Saltburn and The Holdovers were definitely my favorites. Saltburn, fucking obviously. Saltburn is really everything that I love in a movie squished into one beautiful 2-hour experience. And The Holdovers, I mean, both of these movies broke into like my favorite movies of all time, if that's saying anything. These were both incredible watches. November was a very successful movie watching month for me. But who knows? Maybe with Poor Things, December will be an even better month. There's a lot of movies coming out this month that I'm really excited about. All of Us Strangers, The Iron Claw, Maestro. Could be big, you guys. Could be fucking big. I'm gonna go see Wonka too, but I really am not anticipating that movie to change my life. So that's why I didn't say Wonka. You guys, that was fucking profound. It was fucking profound. In a time where I feel so in the middle of everything, I feel like I'm stuck in this transitionary period of life, and I get that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. But in a time where I feel so like uncertain and unattached to any outcome of life, I feel so inspired by art in a way that feels heightened. But I feel like I've consumed so much art recently that I've felt so deeply impacted and inspired by, and this movie is being added to that list. I've been thinking a lot about what I want my guiding word to be for 2024. I'm not really a resolutions girl, but I do like the concept of guiding words. What kind of energy you want to embody throughout your year. What is like the guiding sort of principle. In 2021, my words were energy and abundance. I don't remember what it was in 2022, and this year my word was pleasure. And I've been thinking about what word I want for 2024 coming up. What is this energy that I'm looking towards? What do I want to embody in 2024? And I haven't decided on a word yet, but I know the energy that I'm looking for. And it's crazy because this movie, the main character, Bella Baxter, very much embodies part of what I am trying to define for myself. At first, I was like, I need a good word for greedy. I need a synonym of greedy, but that is a positive word. And then my brain just went, okay, well, I guess that would be like being a hedonist, hedonism. But I don't really know that that is quite hitting what I want on the nose, because that is sort of too close to pleasure, which was my word for this year, and it's not the same to me. What I'm thinking about right now for next year is not the same as what I was thinking about last year. But I have this sort of, it's like a hunger and like a bubbling curiosity towards what else is out there for me and what could be next. There's a hunger in me to just experience more and to indulge in more of myself, to experience more of myself. And I don't just mean that in the way of like dreaming bigger, finding, you know, what goals are gonna really light me up career-wise. I actually more mean it in the sense of like a hunger to discover the version of me that is becoming right now. Because I really like this version of me, and I just have this like more way of feeling because I feel right on the edge of discovering her. Does this make sense? I hope it does, because that's kind of the whole fucking thing in this movie, Poor Things, which I guess I knew going into it, but when I was there and I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is clicking for me. This is doing something to my brain right now. And it was just so, I don't know, it was overtaking me, the amount that I just feel like my present self is resonating with parts of Bella. If you don't know the premise of the movie, basically there is this guy, Willem Dafoe's character, this guy. He's a doctor of sorts, and he finds Bella, and she is dead and pregnant. And he's a very experimental, Frankenstein-esque kind of doctor. So he removes the brain from the baby and puts it inside of Bella's body. And then she's basically this experiment come to life. She has the body of a grown woman, but the brain of an infant, and she's progressing at a rapid pace. And it's all about her, like, curiosity and wonder and discovering the world. I could say more, but I won't, because I don't want to spoil the movie for you. But that's as good of a synopsis as I can give you without spoiling the movie. It is phenomenal. It is so, I knew it was going to be good. It just exceeded all my expectations, and it really did surprise me how much I was sitting there being like, this hunger to know more, to experience more, to discover more of ourselves, but also more of the world around you. Like, obviously, you sort of always feel that, and that feels like a very primary feeling for me right now. I think I sort of always have a sort of hunger for more, a curiosity, a sort of lust for life, sort of always there. I think it's an undercurrent for a lot of us, but right now it feels so primary to me to remember to stay hungry and stay curious and like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? There's a word that I need to figure out, and that's the word. Because is hunger the word? It's close. Hunger is the closest that I've gotten to figuring out what my word for 2024 is gonna be. But I just don't know if that's it. But maybe it is. Maybe there isn't a better word. And it's just this hunger with a smidge of curiosity that I am thinking about. I feel so inspired, and I have so many ideas. Things that I want to create, the life that I envision for myself, the sort of routines that I see myself in, the way I want to feel, the way I want to treat myself. Reestablishing some better boundaries, doing some more check-ins to figure out what is good for me right now. Because I think I have changed, and I am different, and my boundaries are changing, and they're different, but I don't know that I've fully welcomed them in and adopted them just yet. I'm reaching a point in the middle phase where I just feel like I want to like reach out at the life in front of me and take a fucking bite of it. I have so much inside of me that I want to rip out and give to everyone. Also, I think I need to consider the possibility that I shouldn't rip out everything that I'm feeling and everything that's inside of me and give it to everyone else. And maybe there is some that I should keep for me to enjoy. Maybe there is more of me to enjoy by myself. And that was sort of a part of Bella's character that struck me, is how like brilliant she sees and experiences herself. She is not constantly giving herself and sacrificing herself to other people in the way that women are really taught to. And sometimes I wonder how much of what I give to other people is because I want to give, or if it's because there's a part of me that believes I must give in order to be loved. And you can't always be everything to everyone else. How many times have I said that? so many, but I still do it. I still try to be everything to everyone. And I think it's taking me away from myself at this point. It's like depleting me. This like anxiety that I feel to constantly be everyone's favorite person. And sometimes I do wonder if I'm doing the most because I want to, or because I feel that I have to if I want to be loved. Do I honestly believe that I could be loved without performing? I don't know. So a lot of like the hunger and curiosity that I feel right now is really like towards the idea of rediscovering parts of myself that I've given away to everyone else. And that doesn't mean more loneliness or more solitude, it just means better boundaries. And with better boundaries comes a better balance between having my alone time, having quality alone time, and also nourishing my community in a way that better serves my relationships. It's all a good thing. But it's an uncomfortable realization for me, I guess. And I know that me doing the most is like a part of me, that's a part of my heart. But there also exists a version of me that wants to be taken care of and loved and just held, I don't know, in a way that doesn't ask me to do it back necessarily. So I don't know, if you just listened to me word vomit all of this and you can think of a word that fits into the sort of family of words that I'm cooking up here, let me know. I'm trying to just figure out what word best encapsulates what I feel. And right now, hunger's in the #1 spot, but we'll see if I can come up with something better. I love when a piece of art makes me feel like this, that just brings up so much for me and connects in ways that I didn't realize it would. And in so many other ways that I won't spoil the fucking movie. Everyone go watch Poor Things. It's so fucking good, holy shit. Emma Stone is brilliant and I hope she gets an Oscar for this performance. Jesus. I need to go to bed. You know, my relationship with the internet is another one of those things where sometimes it makes me feel a lot less lonely and sometimes it makes me feel a lot more lonely. And I feel like whichever one it is changes on like a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. But this week, miraculously enough, was a week where the internet made me feel a lot less lonely. If you guys don't know, I do a podcast every week called Emotionally Online, where I talk a lot about my own feelings and take submissions so you guys can talk about your feelings. It's one big sleepover. You should definitely go watch it. But this week I did an episode on bisexuality and my experience and why I haven't wanted to talk about my sexuality on the internet. All of the fears of talking about something so intimate to yourself, along with, you know, having witnessed so many other people talk about their bisexuality on the internet and seeing the reaction that they've gotten and feeling like I'm just too fucking sensitive to deal with people criticizing me or nitpicking me for not being their perfect bisexual, even though I know and every other bisexual person knows that doesn't exist. I still was like, I don't know that I can deal with those people, you know, even though I totally disagree with people like that and I think they're ridiculous, and anybody whose opinion I would give a shit about agrees that that's ridiculous. I was still like, I don't know. My sexuality is just a topic I feel more private about. Something that I'm super open with within my own social circles and people that know me, but on the internet is like a whole different beast.
When you go to the internet and when you're presenting this like vulnerable part of yourself to an audience, you're opening yourself up to criticisms that honestly I didn't know that I could handle, that I didn't want to read, that I was like, I know I'm gonna fail you. I know that I am not your picture perfect bisexual person. I know that my sexuality sometimes feels a little muddled and confusing. I don't really love any labels in general, really. And I think that's why I think more recently in life I've leaned more towards just like labeling myself as queer rather than bisexual. I think bisexual probably feels the most, I don't know. Labels are for other people. They're not for me. I'm putting this label on myself so that you can better understand me, but it's not for me, right? Because I don't need to understand myself in a way that I need to put myself into a box. I know how I feel. I know that who I'm attracted to is just who I'm attracted to, and it is not really based upon anything other than the connection I have with that person.
Definitely go listen to the podcast episode if you're interested in hearing more of what I had to say in depth. But the response to that episode has just been like so fantastic, and has been one of those moments for me where the internet has made me feel a lot less alone. For as much bullshit as there is on the internet, those moments of small connection is just the best to me. But I do think I'm also someone who is constantly fighting in my head between like sitting in my solitude, keeping something for me because it is safer, because it brings me more peace, because it feels better, and when that is the right thing to do, how much solitude and stuff to keep for yourself is for the best, and when it crosses over into a territory where you are denying yourself the joy and safety that community could bring you. I think, again, it's always about fucking balance, and I don't know that I always have the best balance with it. And I feel like this is an example of something that I've kept within, you know, the safety of my solitude for so long. And as it turns out, opening myself up in this way and letting myself feel the warmth of community was a great thing. But I don't know, maybe it only got to feel so good when I felt the warmth of community because I took the time to sit in my solitude with it and keep it to myself first. I think that definitely plays a role, like keeping things for yourself, sitting with them, letting yourself feel comfortable in time rather than forcing yourself to reach out and share parts of yourself that you're just not ready to share yet. I think it's a beautiful thing to keep parts of yourself just for you, and then when you're ready to share that part with someone else and to give it to other people, then absolutely go ahead and do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with either. It's just about figuring out what works best for you. And I'm doing a lot of that right now. I'm doing a lot of figuring out what the fuck is best for me. How much alone time and solitude and privacy do I need, and how much community and sharing and vulnerability and openness do I need as a person. And it's just something that I'll have to figure out day by day. And I'm excited to reset in the new year. I'm excited to chase after this new version of myself that I can feel bubbling up, and I'm excited to meet her. Excited to discover all the things about myself that I have yet to know just yet. Excited to keep questioning myself, keep being curious, and just, you know, be open-minded about wherever I'm supposed to be next. So with that, I'm actually about to head to the movies again, believe it or not. I live there now and I love it. But thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for being so sweet on my podcast episode. That was definitely a really vulnerable episode for me to post, so I appreciate everyone's kindness. And if you're interested in watching it, my podcast is always linked in the description of my YouTube videos. And be sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet already. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.